Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Kona Coast, an Omniscience deck that originally was supposed to be a loot deck, but when that went nowhere fast, we brought over the game-winning components and created this monster. As with any Omniscience deck, the goal is to get the namesake card in play, then beat the opponent with the damage portion of the deck. And in our case, one of our men is key in dishing out damages to the opponent until their life total is left in ruins. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of Opt, the 1-mana cantrip that gives us a Scry 1. We like Opt for its 1 mana cost that can help bail us out of any shuffler specials or if we're stuck. We do want to get to 4 mana at least, and Opt can definitely help us get there. Studious First-Year is an excellent little ramp card. It's another great way we can get to 3 or 4 mana. The goal being 4 mana, of course. And once we've fired off the rampant growth, we have a small body that can block up and defend our life total. We're not really concerned about getting in for damages. The damage portion of our deck will do that well enough. Auroral Procession is an excellent card that lets us get back any card from our grave at instant speed. In general, we'll want to save these for the turn we're popping off, but using them to get back our stock up is an excellent use, especially if we need to find our combo pieces. Stock Up is our search card. It'll help us find the key pieces we need. And once we have our board set up, it continues to help us fuel our victory by finding even more ammo. In some cases, we might be ending games on turn 4, and this is still an effective dig tool when all we have is 4 lands in play. Guttersnipe is the damage portion of our deck. With this crazy donkey in play, every one of our instants and sorceries will hit the opponent for a pair of damage. It might not sound like much, but when we can rattle off spell after spell for free, we can easily build up the damages to take down even a bloated life total. Plus, the more crazy donkeys we find, the more damage we can do. It is a vulnerable donkey, which is why we'll be playing them out only after we can pop off. It is a card that hasn't seen play, so opponents will not see this coming, and this element of surprise is something that can help us against certain opponents. Aetherize is our reliable defensive measure against the hordes of enemy men we're likely to see. It doesn't discriminate. If it's coming in, it will be returned to the opponent's hand. Hexproof, indestructible, haste, none of these abilities will save the enemy. Avoiding a big hit is what we're after. And once we're knee-deep in our combo, we can still fire it off for another pair of damage from our crazy donkey. Kona, Rescue Beastie, is the necessary evil in this soup of madness. We need a way to get our Omniscience in play for cheap. We don't have time to wait to set up 10 mana to be able to play it out the hard way. And our Kona dog can do it easy and on the cheap. We do have double play sets of planets that we can use to station Kona as soon as we drop it in. Marang River Regent is a body that comes with a fantastic search option in Coil and Catch. Most of the time, we'll be playing it out for free, but if we're in need of specific cards, the search will help us find key pieces. Once we're set up, Coil and Catch helps us keep the ball rolling until the opponent has suffered catastrophic damage from our crazy donkeys. And because it shuffles itself back into our deck after it resolves, we're very likely to find it again later. That's why Marang's first name is Boom. Boom Sucka. Wisdom of Ages is a powerful sorcery that will return all our instants and sorceries from our grave back to our hand. It is a one-shot, so once we use it, it'll be gone for good. But we'll be firing it off during our combo portion to get back everything we've used during the game, and continue firing off cards so our crazy donkeys can pile up heaps of manure. No wait, damages, heaps of damages on the opponent. We really only need 1. If this resolves, it's pretty much GG's, extra cheese. Omniscience is the powerful enchantment that lets us play everything in our hand for free. While we do have red mana in the deck to play out our crazy donkeys, we want to wait until we can play them for free. 1 crazy donkey is enough to let us pop off and tumble the opponent into their waiting grave. Once in play, we can chain our draw spells to keep firing off cards one after the other for a gigantic turn that ends the game. Is it sweet, you ask? Yes it is. For lands, we're playing 4 Crystal Grotto, the special land that gives us a Scry 1 when it enters and taps for a colorless. For 1 mana, we can add a mana of any color. 4 Hedge Maze, the Simic Surveil Land, 4 Breeding Pool, the Simic Shock Land, 1 Forest, 4 Evendo, Waking Haven, the green planet that gives us a green mana for each creature we control, but only after we station 12 power worth of men, 1 Mountain, 4 Uthros, Titanic Godcore, the blue planet that gives us a blue mana for each artifact we control, but only after we station 12 power worth of men, and 2 Island. Playing the deck is rather simple. Don't let people lie to you and tell you Omniscience decks are difficult to play. The hardest part is getting a Kona and an Omniscience to have a chance at getting the pair in play. Our early turns are all about getting at least 1 planet in play and trying to get to 4 mana, while also trying to find the 2 critical pieces, Kona and an Omniscience. If all goes well, we can pop off on turn 4, but if not, we do have defensive measures, plus plenty of draw and dig to help find cards we need. With an Omniscience in play, it's all about dropping in our crazy donkeys, then continuing to fire off our dig and draw until the opponent's life total is burnt down to ashes. Stock Up is a workhorse here. We can get it back with an Auroral Procession to continue to dig. It is possible to brick, but in general, there should be enough dig and draw to end the game. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is you het me to say that I did not obey. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander. We've already got a Kona and a planet. All we need is an Omniscience and we can pop off. Keep your pants on. Our Crystal Grotto shows us an Evendo on top. That's our 4th land. We're definitely keeping it. They've got blue mana available, so we'll go with a Stock Up to see if they have a counter at the ready. There is a bit of a hitch, but it does go through. It's possible they have instant speed card draw. We'll take another Procession and a second Kona here, in case something happens to the first one. They hit us with an intimidation tactics, but they can only steal a Kona or our crazy donkey. They probably don't even know what the crazy donkey does. We draw another Stock Up, which is great. They have 0 black mana available, so if they have a removal, they won't be able to play it. A counterspell is the only thing that can save them now. Kona goes through without a hitch. And now we station up, and once we drop the Omniscience, the real fun begins. We'll go with our crazy donkey first. It will start hitting them for damages from here until we shove them in their grave. Up next is our Stock Up. That's a double opt grab here. We'll use those next before we get our Stock Up back from the grave. You het me, Bales. That's GG's. Extra Kona cheese. Smell you later, bro. This is Hal 0411 01001 00001101001. We get a decent looking 3-lander. I like having a Stock Up in hand, and the first year will get us to 4 mana. Keep your pants on. They play out an Is It land. May the strongest cheese win. We draw an Opt. It's a helpful search card that effectively makes our deck only 56 cards. We could drop in our Shock land. That way, we'd have mana up for our Opt, but I don't mind slow rolling it here. We can Rampant Growth next turn and have mana up for our Opt. Lessons is not a speedster, so we've got time to set up. They hit our first year with a Shock. That does leave them with only a blue mana up, which is not enough for a counterspell. Our grotto shows us another Evendo on top. We do need a fourth land, but we need a Kona and an Omniscience a bit more. Let's send it on down, then we can stock up. That's an Omniscience right there. And a Procession can get us our stock up back from the grave for another go. They go with their signature talent. So predictably old, it's kind of like trying to choke down 10-day-old bread. We draw a Kona. The combo is assembled. All we need now is a fourth land, preferably an untapped land so we can get this party started right away. They level up their talent and call it a day. So exciting, it feels like I'm watching paint dry. That's the end of their turn, so we'll opt. And they look at their hand. Nice, bro. Very nice. That's our forest on top. We're happy to see it. We'll give Kona a try if they have a quench. We do have a pair of processions in hand. We'll just get Kona back and try again. But Kona goes through. We are in business, boys. Taking care of business. Every day. Time to roll in the crazy donkeys. We've got two of them that want to kick opponent teeth in. I told you they were crazy. Next up, we'll get our stock up back and keep this pain train rolling. Like a champ, they scoop it up. Smell you later lessons. That's GG's crazy donkey cheese. This is Bobblehead. No, wait, it's Svobbyhead. He likes giving. You know what? Let's skip that part. We get a 4-lander this time with double opt and all the wisdom in the world. We must not have any wisdom because we just kept this. The double opt should see us draw into some stuff, right? Keep, but maybe we shouldn't have. They go with a stadium headliner. I ain't buying a ticket to that show. There's probably trash-tronauts opening up. We draw a first year, but going with an opt is likely a better play at this point. We already have 4 lands. They send it. That's only 2 damages, so nothing to worry about yet. We'll fire off an opt, and that shows us a second first year. We already don't want the one we have, so we'll ship this one. Then we draw one anyways. Shout out to the shuffler. We'll go with 1 this turn and rampant growth our way up the mana chain. We can at least threaten a block on their headliner. They throw down an Annabelle, the freaky doll that moves on its own. It is a bit too big for our first year to block, so we need to hope we get our ammo sooner rather than later. We draw an Aetherize, which will be a great way to slow down the enemy men and force the opponent to rebuild their attackers. Let's drop in the first year, then we can grotto to see what we've got on top. The grotto shows us a crazy donkey, but we need a couple of other cards before we can donkey punch the oppo. They play out a pack beast. Surely they'll be sending it next time, so we'll be sure to leave up mana for our Aetherize. Our opt shows us a procession on top. The only problem with that is the only thing we have in the grave is opt. That's just not good enough. We'll ship it on down. We draw a crazy donkey, and normally I'm against playing them out before we can even pop off, but I think we might need to get some more men on board. Plus we can drop in our shock land and still have mana up for our Aetherize. They go with an animal packle. It is an animal, but I don't think they've seen our crazy donkey. They still don't send it. They've got numbers. Are they just waiting to build up some more? We draw another donkey, and now the crazy will be taken up a notch. We're going to serve up donkey pies. They're like cow pies, but from a crazy donkey. They warp in a Sunborn, the token doubler. This sure feels like they're getting ready for a full send. They hit their Sunborn with a copy spell. That's nifty, bro. Tell me more. There it is. The full send. And they are completely tapped. Let's slog through their triggers. Token here, token there, token everywhere. That's 44 damages we're about to be slapped with. As much as I would like to take all that right in my precious face, we do have this here Aetherize to make them scoop up nearly all of their men. The only thing left is the Sunborn they warped in. That was a board wipe brought to you by the Oppo and his genius moves. Thanks for clearing your board for me, bro. And we draw a second Aetherize for their next attempt. The crazy donkeys want Oppo flesh. Meat is back on the menu, boys. All hail our crazy donkey overlords. They go with an Impact Tremors, but it's too late for any of that. That was supposed to be in play before they swung in last turn. Oopsie poopsie, bro. Great way to stain it. The headliner comes back. He had to clear the stage after a giant brown thing fell out of his pants. He is joined by Annabelle, who was ready to murder us, but she must have got stage fright after the headliner's wardrobe malfunction. We draw a stock up, we've been missing our card draw, and it's finally here. The crazy donkeys are already aiming kicks at the opponent's face. I like it. There's another stock up with a procession. That's GG's extra crazy donkey cheese. This is free Lonnie. He doesn't have pants, so let's hope he keeps it in his shell. We get a 3-lander with our key cards in hand and double opt. All we need is a 4th land and we can kick things off. Keep your pants on. Or keep it in your shell, bro. They drop a plains and luckily not their shell. Our surveil land shows us a stock up on top. That's huge. We'll take it. They drop a second plains. Probably life gain yet again. We'll go with the grotto this turn. That shows us a first year on top. It could get us a 4th land, but it does feel kind of slow. Let's send it down. Opt and stock up should be able to find a 4th land before too long. The opponent realizes he's not wearing pants and has to go. Keep it in your shell, bro. That's GG's. No cheese needed. This is Random. Hey, that's a rather random name. He likes playing life game. Probably. We get the mighty hand of double Omni with an opt and a crazy donkey. We are going first, so we might be able to make something with this. Keep it in your shell, bro. Don't let it pop out. This is a family show. They play out a Harrier. It's not hasty, but it can pack a punch. We are on the clock. We draw a boom Marang. We're set to do some digging. We'll just need a 4th land. We always need that 4th land. They blow chunks. They just now realize they kept a 1-lander. Learn to mull, bro. This is Philly Peter the Flipper. Hey, your materia slots are empty, bro. We get a triple surveil land hand with nothing we can play early. As much fun as that would be, let's not. Mull. Then we get a 2-lander with plenty of early plays. We can afford to send down a crazy donkey. Often, all we need is 1. Keep your hopes up. We draw a 3rd land right away. Our surveil land shows us a Marang on top. It brings the boom and could help us dig our way into our combo. They fire off a shared roots. We all want more mana. We'll drop in our first year. If it survives, we'll be able to get a 4th land. they drop in a loot. That's odd. This deck started out as a loot deck, but playing out spells for free is better than getting the mana boost from the wacky guitar. Our opt shows us a grotto on top. I do like it because it comes with a scry, but our first year is already going to get us a 4th land. Let's ship this one. And we draw a stock up. That's so good. We'll go with our rampant growth here, and usually we're not in a hurry to dish out damages by attacking, but in this case we can get in there for a hit. They fire off a splatter technique, but if they had used Mathemagics, they could have gotten a whole lot more cards. I mean, if you really want to draw a little something leaked out, bro, what's the holdup? They don't want to toss cards to hand size, so they fire off a stock up. That just makes it worse, bro. What are they even playing? This pile doesn't make any sense. Before we drop in the grotto, we'll stock up first. That's a Kona for sure, but I don't know if we'll really need an Aetherize. Seems like they aren't going to have much in the way of men. We'll take a second crazy donkey, and now all we need is an Omni, and we can uncork one. But not in our pants. Our grotto shows us an Omni on top. What in the world is going on? We went from needing everything, and now we have it. It's GG's Oppo. Just give up now. Our procession can get us the stock up back from the grave, and our crazy donkeys can kick the opponent's face right off. We have to be careful because they do have damage spells which can take out Kona, but if they tap out, we'll be clear to go for it. They draw some more. Is that all their deck does? They play out a second loot, because why not? That does tap them down to only 1 land available, and the removal they have in the grave is not something they can fire off since they need 2 colors for that. Yes, draw some more, bro. It's better to toss 2 cards instead of 1. His materia slots are empty, and his head might be too. We'll pay the 2 life for our shock land. Let's at least fake we have a 2-mana counterspell. Then we go full Kona. Not even a hitch. We'll station up, then send it. Oppo might be cooked already, and he has only begun to enjoy his double loot board. Someone asked for a crazy donkey parade? No? Well, that's too bad. You're getting one. Getting our stock up back is a donkey kick for 4 to the face. Hee-haw, bro. Turns out that doing nothing but drawing cards is not good for your health. That's GG's. Crazy donkey cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.